why do we want to pay the banks with our most precious dollars, our most valuable dollars? They're more valuable today than ever. If we're going to keep up with inflation, we need to be putting those dollars to work in an account that's keeping up or outpacing inflation. We've always heard that, but is it opposite of what people do with money?
Well, exactly what we've been talking about, this Wall Street mindset. The banks are pushing that down to say, you know what, we could give you a 30-year at 4%, or we give you this benefit of 0.5% lower rate at 3.5% on this 15-year. Why do they do it? For the very same reason we just said. They want our most valuable dollar. I mean, I'm just going to make up a number here, but if it was a $1,000 payment for a 30-year or $1,500 for a 15-year, which one did they want? They want the $1,500 because that dollar is worth the most today. They want to take advantage of it today.
And they want to get more dollars today so they can put more dollars back to work. There's no secret to their sauce. Why are we not following the same recipe? Why are we not following the wealthy? Do exactly what the wealthy do. Do you think Donald Trump has his house paid off?
No.
I mean, you know how much in mortgages he has. You could just go, I'm sure, well, maybe maybe you can't figure out his...
He doesn't release those tax documents.
You should be able to see that tax return mortgage interest deduction, but maybe that's being held back. But I digress out of that. The idea, though, we know there's mortgage interest being written off, but yet that is the part, and I think it goes back to one, everybody is being taught interest rate. They're being taught a paid off home is the BMW of today or whatever that garbage is.
Gosh.
The idea is we're not
a depreciating asset.
We're not talking about consuming, right? We're not talking about consuming the difference because if that's what you're doing, the old adage in the conventional mindset or the mainstream mindset of buy term, invest the difference, for instance, it was really buy term and consume the difference.
Exactly.
And it's what happens really in the difference of the person who could make a 15-year mortgage payment, who makes a 30, if they go and spend it, that's not helping them either. If you are, though, looking at, I can be disciplined enough to make this payment, and I don't, and I do something else in a method that is not putting that at risk, and you've got to be able to assess risk in your situation. If you have a business, if I can invest that extra $500 to $1,000 a month in my business, what could that produce for me? Or if I have an extra $500 to $1,000 a month every single month, how does that free me up from the burden and stress of cash flow requirements that are happening? Whatever your situation is, I know that maybe through those things over a long period of time, I will come out ahead. But here's the thing, and I'm going to leave you with this thought because we've got to shut this down. But here's the thing, Joey, in 30 years, let's assume that you make 30-year mortgage payments, you take the difference between what it would have been on a 15-year mortgage, you put it away, you invest it, whatever you're going to do with it, and you only have the same amount of money as if you would have paid the 15-year mortgage and then invested the money for the last 15 years of that. You have the same exact amount of money. Which one would you have rather have done? Had access to the money for the whole 30 years or have been a slave to that payment for 15 years and then hoping the 15 years of savings was enough to get you to that point?